You wake up and it's already there. That quiet voice, whispering the same fears, the same questions, the same doubts. What if something goes wrong? What if they don't like me? What if I fail again? You check your phone. The world feels loud. Everyone seems ahead, happier, more certain. You take a deep breath, but your chest is tight. Your mind starts racing, predicting disasters that haven't happened yet, and probably never will. This is anxiety, not the loud panic that hits like a storm, but the silent drip that erodes your peace, moment by moment. You wear it like armor, but inside, it's eating you alive. The Stoics faced the same storm. Marcus Aurelius led armies, ruled an empire, yet he wrote in his private journal, "Today I escaped anxiety." Or no, I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. The ancient world didn't have social media, deadlines, or traffic, but it had the same human mind. And that mind, left untamed, creates hell on earth. Today, you're going to learn how to destroy that hell. Not by ignoring your anxiety, not by pretending to be positive, but by mastering it the way the Stoics did. Here are 5 Stoic rules that can end anxiety forever. Rule 1. Control what you can. Release what you can't. The first rule is simple, but it's the foundation of everything. Control what you can. Release what you can't. Epictetus said, "Some things are within our control, and others are not." Your anxiety thrives on confusion. It feeds on the illusion that you can control everything. The traffic, the weather, the way someone looks at you, the outcome of your effort. But you can't. And the harder you try, the tighter the anxiety grips you. You can control your effort, not the result. You can control your response, not the event. You can control your actions, not the outcome. Marcus Aurelius understood this. Every night he reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So imagine this: you're walking into a meeting. Your heart races. Your mind is already in the future, thinking about how people might judge you. Stop. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? Your breath, your words, your composure. That's it. That's your domain. The moment you focus on what's yours, anxiety loses its territory. The moment you accept what's not yours, you become unshakable. Peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is knowing which problems are yours to solve. Rule 2. Accept discomfort as training. Anxiety hates discomfort, and that's exactly why you must embrace it. We live in a world that worships comfort, but the Stoics believed that comfort kills character. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." When you run from discomfort, when you avoid challenges, silence, confrontation, you train your mind to be weak. You tell it, "I can't handle this." And soon, anxiety becomes your master. But when you step into discomfort, when you do the hard thing on purpose, your mind changes. It learns that fear is survivable. It learns that pressure builds power. Wake up early when you don't want to. Speak when your voice trembles. Hold your ground when your heart races. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love, to act. Discomfort is the arena where courage is built. And courage, not comfort, destroys anxiety. You can't think your way out of fear. You have to act your way through it. Rule 3. Master your inner dialogue. Anxiety is a liar, but it's a convincing one. It speaks in your voice. It sounds logical. It tells you, you're not ready. You'll embarrass yourself. You're falling behind. And because it sounds like you believe it. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you feed your mind fear, it becomes fearful. If you feed it doubt, it becomes weak. But if you feed it truth, it becomes still. So start questioning that voice. When your mind says, "What if it goes wrong?" Ask, "What if it doesn't?" When it says, "I can't handle this," whisper, "Yes, I can." Every thought you accept becomes a command. So choose your thoughts like a warrior chooses his weapon. Remember, you can't stop the thoughts from appearing, but you can stop obeying them. As Epictetus said, it's not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Change the opinion and the thing loses its power. Rule 4. Embrace the present moment. Anxiety lives in the future. Peace lives in the present. When you worry, you're time traveling, imagining pain that hasn't happened yet. The Stoics called this premeditation of evils. It's useful, but only if you return to now. Marcus wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Think about it. At this moment, right now, nothing is wrong. Your heart is beating. You're breathing. The world is quiet. But the mind says, what about tomorrow? What about next week? What if everything falls apart?" That's not reality. That's imagination. And imagination left unchecked becomes torture. The Stoics practiced a simple exercise. When anxiety rises, look around. Touch something near you. Feel the air. Ask, what problem exists right now? Usually there's none. The mind invents storms that don't exist. The body suffers less from reality than from imagination. Bring yourself back. Over and over. That's not weakness, that's training. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to stand calmly while they pass. Rule 5. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This sounds dark, but it's the most liberating truth you'll ever learn. Memento mori. Remember you must die. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." When you remember that life is short, that time is slipping away. You stop fearing meaningless things. You stop worrying about opinions. You stop trying to control everything. You stop living in fear of failure because you remember you will die anyway. Death is not your enemy. It's your reminder. When you live with death in mind, you live fully. You speak the truth. You take the risk. You let go of perfection. Marcus Aurelius wrote every morning, * you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. * Let that sink in. If this were your last day alive, would you spend it worrying? Would you spend it anxious over what others think? Or would you finally breathe? Finally act? Finally live? Memento mori doesn't make life depressing. It makes it sacred. When you accept death, you stop fearing life. Conclusion. The silence after the storm. Anxiety isn't destroyed in a single day. It's destroyed every day by choosing peace over panic, clarity over chaos. The Stoics didn't escape anxiety because they were emotionless. They escaped it because they understood what it was. A distortion, not a destiny. And you can do the same. When the storm rises again, remember the 5 rules. 1. Control what you can, release what you can't. 2. Accept discomfort as training. 3. Master your inner dialogue. 4. Embrace the present moment. 5. Remember you will die and live fully while you can. Each time you practice these, anxiety weakens. Each time you return to reason, the storm gets quieter. The goal isn't to never feel anxious. The goal is to never obey anxiety, because you, not your fear, are in control. So the next time your mind starts to spiral, stop, take a breath, and remind yourself of this truth Marcus Aurelius lived by. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Your peace has always been there, waiting under the noise. You just forgot how to listen. Now remember, and destroy anxiety forever. Anxiety isn't your enemy. It's a messenger. It's your mind saying, something inside you needs your attention. But instead of listening, most people try to silence it with distraction, noise, or comfort. They scroll, they drink, they work endlessly, hoping the thoughts will fade. But anxiety doesn't fade when you run, it grows. Because the more you avoid the voice, the louder it becomes. Marcus Aurelius didn't numb himself when fear came. He sat with it. He examined it. Like a surgeon examines a wound, calmly, without disgust. He wrote, "When you are troubled by an external thing, it is not that thing that disturbs you, but your judgment of it. And you have the power to erase that judgment. So sit with your anxiety, not as a victim, but as a philosopher. Ask it, what are you trying to tell me?" You'll often find that anxiety isn't about the event itself. It's about uncertainty. It's about wanting control over what you can't. And once you see that clearly, it loses its claws. Candle a story. The Emperor and the Storm. There's a story, not written but imagined, of Marcus Aurelius during a battle. A storm was raging. The soldiers were restless. The sea roared against the Roman ships. One soldier said, "Caesar, are you not afraid the gods will destroy us?" Marcus looked at him and said, "If the gods will it, then let them. But fear will not change their will, only destroy ours." That is the heart of Stoicism. You can't stop the storm. You can only choose not to drown in it. The modern world has its own storms: uncertainty, rejection, comparison, failure. But your power is the same as his. You can't control the wind, but you can steady your mind. That's how you destroy anxiety, not by removing the chaos outside, but by mastering the chaos within. Here, the practical system. 3 daily practices to rewire your mind. Philosophy is useless unless you live it. So here are 3 Stoic practices to retrain your brain against anxiety.